Good day everyone. In this video, we'll be discussing about the difference between reason and will. But before everything else, let me share to you the lesson outcomes of this lesson. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to define and differentiate reason and will, understand the relationship between reason and will, and evaluate the significance of reason and will in ethical decision making. In our daily lives, we often encounter situations where we need to make decisions, solve problems, and act upon our choices. Understanding the distinction between reason and will is crucial for developing clarity in thought, making informed choices, and achieving our goals. Reason and will are two fundamental faculties of the mind, each playing a unique role in shaping thoughts into actions. Throughout this lesson, we will explore the characteristics, relationship, and significance of reason and will. By delving into these concepts, we will gain a deeper understanding of how reason guides our thinking and how will empowers us to bring our thoughts into action.
What is reason? Reason refers to the capacity of human mind to think logically, analyze information, and make informed judgments. It involves the use of logic, evidence, and critical thinking to arrive at conclusions. It serves as the cognitive or intellectual aspect of decision making. Reason helps individuals to evaluate options, understand consequences, and assess information objectively. Reason is associated with knowledge. Knowledge is something that one acquires as he studies, gets matured, and professional. The term reason is also used in other contexts as a disagreement to sensation, perception, feeling, and desire. In addition to its cognitive and intellectual dimensions, reason has ethical implications. According to Immanuel Kant, reason is the power of producing into oneness by means of understandable theories, the concepts that are provided by the intellectual or the mind. Kant told that reason in itself can only be sensible foundation of what is ethical for men. There are 3 points in Kant's reason. First, the relation of reason to empirical truth. Second, reason's role in scientific inquiry. And lastly, the positive gains that come from appreciating reason's limits. For example, suppose someone finds a wallet on the street with identification and a substantial amount of cash inside. Kant's ethics would encourage the individual to use reason and act in a way that respects the person's property and dignity. They should make an effort to return the wallet to its rightful owner or report it to the authorities, even if the temptation to keep the money is significant. So, instead nga i-keep na lang niya ang wallet samot kinay cash sa suod, syempre basta kwarta na ganang iskutan, na-adyo'y posibilidad nga matintal ang sa katao. Samot na kung nanihanglan jud kag kwarta, no? Pero ang Kant's ethics mao'y nag-encourage sa tagsan-tagsa nato nga maghimo og mahinungdanon ug maayo nga binuhatan nga magpakitag respeto sa matag usa kanato. So ang gibuhat niya is imbes nga i-keep niya ang wallet, ija kining gi-report sa authority nga mao'y saktong buhaton. So this decision is guided by the categorical imperative to treat others as ends in themselves, respecting their rights and property rather than using the wallet's contents for personal gain.
What is will? If the reason is the foundation of what is ethical for Kant, in turn, its source must be goodwill. It means kung ang reason ang nagaserve as the foundation sa kung unsa ang atong gi-consider nga ethical, ang goodwill mao ang source sa ethical reasoning, which implies a genuine and morally driven intention. Mao ang ideya ani, ang ethical principles ay gagikan gyud sa rationality o sa hunahuna sa tawo ug applicable kini sa mga individual nga naay goodwill. Gina-emphasize ani ang importansya sa reason ug will sa atong ethical decision making. If we put it into analogy, ang isip o ang atong hunahuna is para sa atong reasoning while ang heart nato is for the will. Ang atong isip or reasoning ang gina-acquire niya is mga truth or mga ethical or what is ethical. Kung kahibaw ang atong hunahuna nga ang usa ka butang is naay kamatuoran o tinuod, instantaneously ang atong will ma-acknowledge ang maong butang nga tinuod is always good. A good will is also a force to pursue what one possesses in mind also. Generally, will, also known as willpower or volition, refers to the mental faculty that drives a person's intentions, desires, and motivations. Mao kini ang kakayahan sa usa ka individual nga magkontrol sa kaugalingon o sa paghimo og desisyon o magpili sa mga aksyon nga base o naaayon sa iyahang intensyon o kagustuhan. With our will, also, we weigh the options to what is better and is worth to take. In other words, ang will ang driving force behind decision-making and action. It is what pushes us to do the things that we desire and want or encourage us to fulfill what our mind accepts as true and ethical. For example, completing a challenging project. You know nga, ang maong project lisod ahimuon samot na kay maka-experience man jud kag mga lain pang mga obstacles while doing the project. Pero bisag unsa ka lisod, you have the will to push through and finish the project you are tasked to do. Another example is going on a diet. There are a lot of benefits following a healthy diet. Pero you might find it hard kay maglisod jud ka labanan ang mga cravings nimo sa mga foods. But if you have the will nga buhaton jud ang pagda-diet, you will resist yourself from eating unhealthy foods.
The relationship of reason and will. Reason provides the intellectual basis for understanding the consequences of actions and making informed choices, while will represents the motivational force that drives individuals to act in accordance with their reasoned beliefs and principles. The relationship between reason and will is evident in how individuals use their rational understanding to guide their actions and decisions in both everyday life and ethical dilemmas. So, for example, the purpose of why we wish to buy rubber shoes is that because we have prior knowledge that rubber shoes is good for sports. To insist on the actual purchase of the rubber shoes, our will pushed us to do so.
To summarize all, reason refers to the rational capacity to make moral judgments, while will relates to the volition aspect of choosing and acting in accordance with those judgments. Reason is the foundation of morality, and the source of is the goodwill. Now, let's proceed to evaluation. You just need to answer the questions briefly. Question number 1. On your own understanding, what is reason and how does it differ from will? Question number 2. What do you think is the relationship between reason and will? Question number 3. Give a personal experience in which you apply reason and will.
So thank you for listening us today, and we hope that you learned something about our lesson, which is the difference between reason and will. And again, thank you and God bless us all.